What's going on, y'all? So listen. Oh, what's going on, y'all? Baby, are y'all okay? Girl, because it just seems like everybody is just, girl, everybody is up in arms. Everybody is going through some things. And listen, everybody need a break, okay? Everybody need a break. Don't sit here and think that we finna get a 2-hour video like I did last week. I don't know what I was on last week, okay? And then barely talking about much and gave y'all a whole 2 hours. What the is that? Okay, but anyway, thanks for watching. Anyway, plus I'm cramping, so girl, I ain't trying to be. Let me shut up, because every time it's like I jinx myself when I say those particular words in different type of ways. Was that a? Oh, okay, it wasn't nothing. I was about to say, did I just pull out a booger on screen? I did it. I jinx myself when I say that I'm not, and then I do. Anyway, moving on. I hope everybody has been doing well. Like, what can you really say? What can you really say? It's just been so much that's been going on, and not a lot at the same time. And not a lot at the same time. And everybody, let's just because god damn, people need to go to therapy. Okay, everybody needs to go to therapy. Everybody needs to go to therapy. Y'all need to go see that lady, and everybody just need to log off for a little bit. Okay, that's just really what's going on. But we know it's not going to happen. We know it's not going to happen. But anyway, let's just get into everything that's been happening. Right when I was uploading my video last week, Rihanna posted and said, "Hey, y'all, here's my baby." And I was like, "Oh, yeah." Y'all, I was so happy that she had her baby and everything, because listen, what I say, she was ready. The last time we seen her, or at least the last video that I seen her, she was getting out the car, and she had on that button down shirt, and it looked like a tent on her, because that's how big the stomach was, and you could tell that it was just dragging her. Okay, that belly had dropped, and she was ready to give birth, and mama had already gave birth. Mama gave birth on September the 13th to a little girl named Little Rocky Rihanna ASAP. So that's really, really cute. They got their girl. I'm pretty sure Rihanna like, I'm done. Please be done, okay? Like, she probably like, listen, no more, no mas. I can't, not right now. But I'm so glad. I'm so happy for them. The pictures look beautiful. And I'm loving the fact that, because if y'all don't know, some of y'all, you probably young or whatever, but some of y'all my age, well, a lot of y'all my age. Y'all remember back in the day when it used to be a bidding war for if a celebrity got married or if they gave birth. It used to be a bidding war of who was going to get the first pictures and how much they was going to get sold for. Those wedding pictures for some of these celebrities, and those are especially the first pic of the babies, them celebrities used to make like millions of dollars off of that. And then it got to a point where a lot of people was like, you know what, bump that, especially when the damn age of social media just started getting real prevalent and real big on its own. They was like, no, we not finna sell our stuff. We gonna post our shit on our own. Because y'all do know, like, when you be... I find it so crazy. One of the catch-22s that I find so crazy is when paparazzis or these other photo agencies or whatever take pictures, especially if they're random, of celebrities, right? And then they post them on their sites or they post them in their magazines. Celebrities can get sued if they post those pictures of themselves and they don't credit the person, the public. Bitch, what? First of all, it's a paparazzi picture, and you mean to tell me I got to give you credit of me? You weren't even supposed to have it. You snuck and got that bitch. But, I feel like that is so crazy. But, hey, it is what it is, But, sure, What else has been going on? So congratulations to the happy family. At least we know they happy over there. Or at least it seemed like they happy over there. Because everybody, baby, that's the calm before the storm. All right. It was just a little bit too calm. And then all of a sudden, poof, all this stuff just happened. But also, let's just get into it. Chicago, y'all stay safe. Okay. We gotta stay safe, stay vigilant. All of that. I said that before. But baby, all of the stuff that's going on right about now, it is a lot. I seen the video, girl. I mean, ICE was downtown. Okay, we saw the video of the guy that was on there. Now, let me tell you something. For the peoples, please don't be taunting these people, okay? Do not taunt the people because I don't want nothing to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Don't get in reason to come and take your ass, okay? For whatever, and you disappear and we don't find you no more, all right? Don't do that. Also, I just think the video that was just sent to me of this pastor, and he had some employees that was working for him, and like 3 of them came, the ICE agents or whatever, immigrations came and took them out or whatever. That shit is so crazy. Mind you, it's in this area, and this is a black area, okay? I was like, oh my God, what is going on? What is happening? Why are y'all here? I didn't think it was going to get this far into the city. I thought y'all was going to be out there in Broadview and all that shit, and probably over there. I know they probably finna be in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhoods, okay, but not over here in the niggas. You know what I'm saying? I was just really surprised, and that really happened, and it was way too close to my home. It was in my neighborhood, and I just felt some type of way about that. You know what I'm saying? That's just really ridiculous. Then you got this man up here talking about something basically finna use, you know, our city and other big cities like ours as practice for like war stuff. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? How y'all letting this man get up here? This is what y'all voted for. Oh my God, this is what y'all voted for. What is happening? What is happening? Then you get in your feelings because Ariana Grande don't really fuck. Girl, what? Are you serious? It's just like when he picked a fight with Taylor Swift. Oh, we got bigger things to worry about. Now the government is in a they are in a shutdown. This is the federal government, okay? I was just in the car with my Uber driver, and she was like, you know, what, y'all not affected by this? I said, absolutely not, because I'm a state, all right? I'm a state employee. We don't get affected by this shutdown in that sense, but I feel for the federals, and because there's some people who are either going to be furloughed, okay, or they're literally, and when you furlough, you're not getting paid. You are not getting paid, okay? Either you're not going to get paid or some of your hours are going to get cut, and we don't know when this shutdown is going to stop, all right? Flights are about to be affected because the TSA agents and things of that such is being affected by this. The federal law enforcement officers, okay, Border Patrol. So y'all shut the country down. And Border Patrol, like, the whole thing is y'all don't want people coming up in the country, but then you got the Border Patrol that's going to be affected by all of this. And so what, that does not help your case. That does not help your case and your agenda, right? It's so stupid. All because they don't want to give in and just give the people what they really need and be fair. All right, let me read to you what it is, okay? Now, what it says, what a government shutdown means that hundreds of thousands of federal workers will be furloughed. Service members, federal law enforcement officers, TSA agents, and Border Patrol will remain on the job but be forced to work without pay. You think I'm finna work without pay? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because if I'm not getting paid for my service and then I'm not finna get, bitch, I'll stay home until I start getting paid. Oh, we back on the clock for real, for real? Okay, cool. I'll be back. That's me, you know, and probably in that type of attitude, I'll probably lose my job in the first. But at the same time, I'm not fit to work for free. In this economy, we cannot work for free, okay? They said disaster relief and environmental protection will be stalled. Both the Republican and Democratic proposals that would have funded government passed Tuesday failed in the Senate during the 11th hour, effectively shutting down the government at 12:01 a.m. on Wednesday morning. The federal government ran out of money after the Democratic-backed spending bill that would have extended health care subsidies under the Affordable Care Act and reverse cuts to Medicaid failed, as well as the GOP-backed stopgate funding measure that would have funded the government for 7 weeks also failed. And following these two failed votes on Tuesday, the White House office so rude. The White House Office of Management and Budget Director Russell Vought, told federal agencies that they should now get your words together. They should now execute their plans for an orderly shutdown. Chuck Schumer had urged the Republicans to come to the negotiating table, and they ain't do it. Baby, they ain't do it. That's basically it. Y'all, I printed out my notes today, so girl, we probably gonna get shit together for real, what's going on. They failed to pass the measure. They wanted to sit down, they wanted to negotiate, but the Republicans ain't budging, the Democrats not budging on what they feel is right. And it's all a fucking mess. Mind you, we haven't been in a governmental shutdown, federal governmental shutdown, for what, 6 or 7 years? And you want to know when the last time that happened? Doing what? That man's presidency. The first one. Okay? So, history is literally repeating itself. And it was the longest because it went shut down for 35 days. For 35 days. Imagine, shout out to Dominique Morgan, imagine being furloughed, having to come into work, and you're not getting paid. You ain't even got no money to go get some gas. Probably ain't even got no money to get you some lunch, and you still got to go to work. What the fuck? Bitch, you got to be shitting me. And y'all doing all this shit. Y'all on the internet. Y'all is on the internet. Just dogging each other out, dogging everybody out. This person, that person, that person, that person. And the government is just going to... It's shut it down, y'all. Okay, we got... As long as it ain't affecting me, I don't really care. But I just feel like that's really messed up. People, jobs are really in the balance. You know what I'm saying? And it's just really... Oh, why y'all playing with people like this? People got families, okay? But this is what y'all voted for. Moving on from that, girl, let's hope they get this shit together. Let's just, and you know what? I say we hope we get it together, but then again, look at who we talking about. Don't be surprised if we don't, okay? So, also, unfortunately, we got some news about Assata. I hope I am saying her name right. Assata Shakur, Miss Shakur. Okay, she's a black liberation activist. She had went out there in New Jersey. She got pulled over with a group of people in the car, whatever. This is what the story goes. And this particular officer pulled her over, and basically, I don't know if he said he saw something or he smelled something up in there, and then wound up popping him. You know what I'm saying? And, she was gone. They found her guilty of murder. Okay, everybody up in the car, whatever. And y'all can expound on this. This is really making me, because I've heard of her before, right? Never delved deep into her. And so when I found out, like everybody else, that she had passed away last week. Was it last week, this past weekend, or earlier this month, this week? Either way, she was 78. She was living out there in Cuba. She had political asylum, right? And I was just like, I've heard of her name before. I never looked into her. And I'm just going to say I'm on her side. Now I'm just I just been looking and just read it up. And I'm just like, yeah. But basically, they tried to say that she popped the cop and she fled for the murder charge, and that she been wanted this whole time. They put her on the FBI top 10 most wanted and all that shit or whatever. Y'all think she did it for real? She said, bitch, no, I didn't do that shit. First of all, y'all hit me. That's what happened. I'm the one that got injured. I'm going to believe her, okay? Because people lie. But Unfortunately, she passed away. And it just bothers my soul. Oh my God. It's just like, it's just the equivalent. And just hear me out, because I'm not saying it's the same, but you're about to get the reference. When a trans person, or when a person transition, transgender and all that stuff, and their name that they was given at birth, that's their dad name, okay? And the chosen name that they choose, and they go through the process of, changing it probably on their birth certificate, changing it on their identification and all that stuff. That's what they go about. That's what they go by, right? Bitch, and it is highly offensive and highly just disrespectful if you know this and you start calling that person by their dead name. Yes, that's how I feel with this Assata Shakur situation, right? Because I've been seeing certain type of publications, and we saw the head of the FBI organization or whatever, that man. Why do he do that? What is wrong with him? Like, do he take a sniff or something before he start talking and get on camera? Is it nerves or whatever? Because every freaking time I see him, whether it's a picture, whether it's a video, whatever, he can either just be sitting there and his eye, I'd be like, ain't your eyeballs, they dry? Like, you gotta blink. He looks so surprised all the time. I'm like, close them. Please close them. Close them. You gotta pull the shades down a little bit, okay? I know they dry. Blink if you need help. He don't want to blink. He don't want to give it away that he needs a little help, okay? He is scared. I don't know. But that man called this lady by her dead name, okay? Now I'm going to call her old name, the name that she was given on her birth certificate. And I feel like that was very disrespectful. And it was some other people that was doing it in other type of publications. And we already know what type of publications those are. And they kept on saying, oh, because, bitch, they was mad out here because the Chicago Teacher Union, they gave her a little send off and, was celebrating her, whatever, and all this shit. Bitch, it was some of them conservative publications out here. Girl, they was pissed off. They was like, she is this and she is that, and she wanted, and she's a terrorist and all this stuff, whatever, and she's a murderer and all. I said, bitch, shut the fuck up. Okay, and what you're gonna do about it? Absolutely nothing. Whole time you got who you got up in office. Exactly. Shut the fuck up. Okay. May Miss Miss Shakur, may she rest in peace. And I believe she is the inspiration for Tupac Shakur, because they always in the Black Panther. His mama, them, her, and all that shit. It just, see, this, listen, I know I sound a little ignorant because I don't know as much as I should. And this is a learning moment and a teachable moment, because this is why we gotta learn our history. All the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. Because they're not gonna teach it to us. And if they do try to teach it to us, they're gonna try to twist that shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this has been making me just go and just look up a whole bunch of shit, bitch. That type of shit. And also, let me tell you something, since we're talking about reading the shit, listen, if you did not know, and I had put up a little short video, a YouTube short, okay, because I'm trying to utilize that a little bit more, and I wanted to mention it in my other video. Hold on. I had to go get it, so I had to put y'all on pause for a second. But I wanted to mention it in the video last week, but it had not come, and it came. That sounded away. It didn't come yet. Actually, stop. Okay, it did not arrive in time. There it is. It came the next day. Oh, anyway, so I did a little short. Okay, but I want to do it here and do it now because I'm actually reading it, and it takes a lot for me to actually read a book. The last book I did read was Mama Tina book, okay? And it was very enthralling, and I also was listening to it on the audiobook, so I was reading and listening at the same time. That is actually quite good for a bitch like me too, because back in the day, I used to read a lot. I used to be a bookworm, bitch. Let me tell you something. Them buckets, motherfucking certificate to Pizza Hut. Oh, them motherfuckers hate to see me coming, okay? Because I used to read, bitch. We used to have reading lists and stuff like that. We used to have reading competitions and stuff in school. Girl, I used to be like, I was one of the kids that by the time the school ended, I had over 100 plus books read. I was just that bitch. I was just that girl. I was just that girl. Got into college. Fuck no. It was just too much. I just didn't get back on the train. I told y'all that before. But I said to myself, we're about to start a new year. We into a new season and everything. I need to get back on the ball with my reading, not just listening to audiobooks and stuff like that, but actually open up a physical copy of a book and reading. So on the agenda is Scotty's book, okay? If you know Scotty by Nature TV on here, he's also Scotty by Nature TV, I believe, on Instagram and on Twitter. This is his book, That's Why You're Lonely, and his name's Scotty Heath. And it's really, really cute, okay? I will read the back. It said they look like best friends, but behind the designer shades and brunch reservation lie the secrets that could run everything. Now, bitch, let me tell you something. From viral scandals to backstabbing besties, the women of That's Why You're Lonely is giving full-on reality TV drama off camera and uncensored. Now, what I like about this, and especially the synopsis, is because it's playing into what he does. He does a lot of reality TV reviews. He does a lot of, entertainment stuff. And so, yeah, it's right up his alley, and I like that, and he has been talking and getting back into his writing, whatever. And I'm 100 pages in. Like, see, I support my people. I'm 100 plus pages in, and I read all that in a day. Okay, that's a lot. Somebody probably sitting there like, no, that's a lot for a bitch that's just starting back physically reading a book. That's like, because I ain't had nothing to do. And I said, let me go ahead and crack this book open. And while where I stopped, it really started getting juicy. That's when it started getting juicy. And I said, bitch, what? Scotty, this book is good so far, okay? That's Why You're Lonely. It's on Amazon. You could buy it on Amazon. You could buy the physical copy on Amazon. They got the Kindle copy. Make sure y'all go out there and support if you are, you watch him or whatever. And so, shout out to you, boo. Anyway, moving on from that, let's just get into it. Bad Bunny, Super Bowl 2026, the halftime show performing. It's gonna be Bonito, Bad Bunny. All right. I'm 100% all for it. Let me tell you something. They've been teasing this. And the people been waiting, especially after all of the controversy that happened last year, okay, with who was going to perform. And we saw how, that was one of the biggest performances or viewership, and it won Emmys and all that stuff, got Emmy nominated, all of that, right? Cool. Let me tell you something. Feel how you want, but them people over there that's doing it, Rock Nation and all them, they know what they doing, I guess. They know what the people want, even if they try to act like they don't. Because here's the thing. A lot of people hate watch. They talk mess, especially if they claim they don't support, right? And so they will still go ahead and they'll watch or listen to something because they hate watch or hate listen. If I don't like a person, I'm not tuning in to nothing. I'm not giving you streams. I'm not giving you a view. I'm not giving you a listen. Okay? But some people, they just need to. That's because you really wanted to. But hey, it is what it is. So that's what it is. People just really tuned in for that. To see how it was going to go. And y'all brought the numbers up. Okay? Even if you were hate watching, you brought the numbers up. So thank you. So now we have Bad Bunny. Okay, and if you don't understand the significance of what's going on behind this Bad Bunny situation, I understand that there are people who feel some type of way in the sense of he is a Latin artist, right? Predominantly Spanish speaking in his songs, right? Okay. And it's like, oh my God, you're going to get up there, you're going to speak Spanish, and I don't know none of the songs. I'm not going to know what he's saying and all this stuff, whatever. Baby, we ain't know what Selena was saying. But I guaranteed you we'll tune in for a Selena concert. If Selena was still here, bitch, we would be looking at it, okay? Because I do think that Selena will be just as big. No, and when I say just as big, because people do not. And see, this is what I have to say. Let me get into it for real. This is why it's good to go outside of your norm. This is why it's good to go outside of your bubble, to go outside of your niche, okay? Yeah, you can, let's say black folks, cuz this is what they put us in. We like R&B, we like hip hop, okay? We like, dance, house, bounce, all that, right? It's cool to go outside and to venture into pop, into other genres of music, go into the Latin music, go into all of this so that we can be aware of things and you can understand exactly the impact. Okay, me, I like all type of music. I'm not just a one type of genre type of girl. Okay, give me a little R&B, give me a little bit of hip hop, give me a little bit of reggaeton here, give me a little bit of, listen, what is it? The polka Mexican girl, some of that stuff be going. It do be going. Listen, I lived in a predominantly Mexican neighborhood for the majority of my life. Okay, and yeah, you put them two, yeah, that should be going sometimes. It get annoying a little bit, but some of that should be bumping. Okay, get you a little pop, get you a little rock. I like a little rock here and there, a little alternative here and there. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple of EDMs I like and all that shit too. Of course I love house in Chicago, so we love house music out here. The country. There's a couple. I don't know about the new shit today, but give me an old back in the day Shania Twain and the Judds and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Leanne Rimes. Yeah. Okay. Who else was back in the day? Oh, it was another one. Faith Hill. Oh my God. I love me some Faith Hill and oh my God, what's her husband's name? Ooh, let me look this up. Because I remember that one time that she snapped on that fan that tried to touch her husband. She said, that's my man, bitch. What you talking about? Tim McGraw. Baby, please tell me they still together and please tell me they are not problematic. Because if I found out that, oh my God, I'm going to be so hurt. Whew. No, don't do that to me, please. Okay, you gotta venture out. And I say all of that to say, for people like, who is he? And he ain't even that big. That nigga is big. Okay, Bad Bunny came out and just exploded everywhere. And y'all think, and you gotta quit thinking about just us English speaking people, right? There are more, I believe, Spanish speaking countries than English speaking countries, okay? And I could be wrong, but that fucking support and that crowd and the way that they support baby, that international shit, oh my God, it's crazy. It's big. It's huge. Why the fuck do you think you be seeing Brazil fans in everything? One thing about it, them Portuguese speaking motherfuckers, they bitch. They gon' fucking support. Brazil is a fucking market in its own, if you ask me. That place is huge, okay? And they support you down. If you ain't getting no support here, you're going to get support here, over there, or you're going to get support over there in Asian countries, okay? All the time. You have to expand your horizons. Now, let me tell you something. I did try to do a little K-pop. That's not my cup of tea. Okay, and I have a couple of reasons why, but we're not finna get into it. And a couple of y'all probably already know why. But that's just not my cup of tea. Okay, it's some of it's cute. A lot of it, especially when you know the history, and then you look at some of the bands back in the girl, some of them be a little racist, okay, a lot of racist and all that stuff. I just can't get down with it, But hey, to each his own. Now, when it comes to Bad Bunny, that man is a mega star, okay, selling out everything. Do you know how big you have to be to say I'm going on a tour, a world tour, and I'm not coming to the United States of America? Because of the way that Latinos are being treated, because of ICE, and that's going to give them like a good target and a good, access to come to his shows to try to get people and all that stuff. Do you know how big of an artist you have to be to do some shit like that for the United States of America? Mind you, and for the dummies who don't know, yes, he's from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is a territory, a U.S. territory. So therefore, he's an American too. Okay? He's an American too. So you talk some, oh, we got this person. He ain't even American. Yes, he is. Do you understand that? Y'all did not pay attention in geometry. And I'm telling y'all, this is when people say shit like that. Remember when I said that, when they do this ice stuff, whatever, they always just think they see a Latin person, they don't think anything other than Mexican. That's probably what it is, okay? It's like very much ignorant as shit, And so, yeah, so he's going to be doing the Super Bowl. And I'm going to be I'm already hyped. I cannot wait to see exactly what goes on because he's very outspoken. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Bad Bunny used to go with Kendall Jenner? Are they still fucking around with each other? Truth be told, no shade, Kendall, baby. I'm going to give you a Pepsi, and I want you to hold my hand when I tell you this as we exchange this Pepsi. Are you sure you're straight? I shouldn't do that. If it comes out that girl like girls, I would not be surprised. I'd be like, finally, we knew it. At least I did. Okay, but hey, it is what it is. Play around. Do what you gotta do. You're young. But yeah, he's gonna get up there and he's gonna put all the mess. Oh, bitch, I know he's gonna say fuck ice. I just know. I cannot wait. And Trump is already mad. He is already mad because he's talking about some, oh, you gonna, what's up with the Super Bowl doing this? And he gonna bring out the ICE agents or whatever to be there because how you gonna have somebody so un-American that hates America and all this shit? Bitch, just because we do not like what you doing don't mean that we dislike the country or that we hate the country, okay? Absolutely not. We don't like you. But in these stupid policies that you're doing in the way that you're running the country into the ground. But no, baby, that's not the case, okay? Oh, yeah, it's finna be a time. It's kind of like, when Shakur and J-Lo did their Super Bowl thing and then they had the kids in the cages or whatever. Because y'all remember when they was doing the borders and they was detaining the kids and separating them from the parents and all that shit, had them in cages and shit like that. Yeah, that's what it is. See, they gonna, I can't wait. Baby, they finna be mad how many FCC complaints they finna get and everything. Girl, yes. And speaking of complaints and stuff, listen, the American Home Association or whatever the fuck it is, they got them signatures petitioning to get Beyonce's Levi jeans ad off the air. It's the first one when she going to the laundromat. Bitch, first of all, that was a remake of the original that came out probably in the 80s, early 90s, or whatever. So was y'all complaining in, or you just complaining because it's Beyonce and she got curves and you flat ass bitches mad? Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Mind you, why you wait so late? That ad came out earlier this year. Okay? Is that a fucking gray hair, bitch? It is. Oh no, okay, let me stop. Let me calm down. That's the gray hair I always had. I had it for years. Okay. Woo. Girl. Bitch. I was about to cuss my own self out like, God damn, bitch. It's crazy. I'm telling you, everybody is on edge. Everybody want to fight these days, okay? Like, what is it about it? And speaking of, let's just go there. And I always say this, I hope I don't spend too much time because I really don't want to spend too much time on it because at the end of the day, all I can sum this whole thing up and the only reason why I'm truly talking about it is because the people want me to talk about it. I can't even put up a TikTok video. I can't even do nothing without people. I can't wait till you talk about it. Okay, well, let me talk about it. It's disgusting as shit. This Nicki Minaj shit and this Cardi B shit. And I don't give a fuck who you a fan of. I don't give a fuck who I offend. These are my goddamn opinions. And baby, the facts are there. Okay? You can try to say that a bitch ain't pressed. A bitch is pressed. You ain't even got to like Cardi. And you ain't even got to like Nicki. Or you can love Nicki or love Cardi. But you can see the truth that's coming out. The truth is, you waited until this girl came out with her album. During her week of her rollout, the album comes out on the 19th. A couple of days later, you want to come out and say that your album is coming out 6 months later in March, the 26th. Like, girl, what? 27, 26, bitch, who gives a fuck? Okay? That is trifling as hell. And don't say that, oh, people trying to say, oh, it's probably just a single win. No, it's not. Wow, who fucking puts out something, announces a single 6 months in advance? Who even announces an album 6 months in advance, man? Let me tell you something. That, you know what, we live in a different time, because I even just had to catch myself. Because back in the day, yeah, yeah. Back in the day, before there was social media and stuff like that, and people had to rely on newspaper, print media, and billboards, and actual, getting commercial spots or whatever to promote their actual work and to go to this place, that place, whatever. The promotion did start real early. So it was going on for months, because by the time the album would come out, you would have had at least 2 to 3 singles that was already out. 2 to 3 singles. You would probably had 2 singles that were out, and those 2 singles ran a long time. Okay? And then the third single probably would come out around the time the album come out, because people actually had to put forth the fucking effort to promote and to get it out there that you got you got an album coming out. And you had to keep it in people's minds that you got an album coming out, because we didn't have social media back then, where you don't have to do that as much, because people are still going to be constantly talking about it. You'll see it on Twitter. Somebody's going to be talking about it. It'll get out there real quick and all that stuff, and it'll still be floating around, and you don't have to do much. Back in the day, you had to put that footwork in. Back in the day, the labels actually had to fucking work, okay? And so, therefore, yeah, they did. See, if this was back in the day, her announcing that title, first of all, we ain't even got a title. You got a date, but you ain't got a title, okay? Like, what sense does that make, okay? Back in the day, if she would have did this like early 2000, well, not even early 2000, 90s, early 2000, this would have made sense. Late 90s, early 2000, all that shit, this would have made sense, okay? Because you still had to put that fucking work in back then. That's how they got the shit out there. You had to work an album and its lead up for over a fucking year, for the most part, okay? Yes, but at this point in time, you was quiet. Nicki Minaj was quiet this whole goddamn time. She was quiet this whole time. Then all of a sudden, the week that Cardi want to come out with her album, all of a sudden you want to put out there that your album coming out, not nan title, don't have a cover, no track listing or anything of that such. So that means that it's not even ready. If that's what it's coming out to me, and you was doing it to be petty, okay? That's just really what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I know her fans want to get in their feelings or whatever and say, oh, when others say, yeah, she's following Cardi. She's keeping up with her. And Cardi making her move. I know you want to get upset when she say that, when people say that, but look, it's what's happening. You had all that other time to put all this out. You had all that time when you was ranting and raving about Jay-Z and Rock Nation and all that stuff. You could have put that out. But you waited until this girl's album comes out to do that. Then what is this obsession that y'all got with these fucking chart numbers and selling numbers or whatever? I wanted to go back to the time where it did not matter. Like when the artist dropped an album, a single or whatever, we ate it up because it was good. And nobody was checking for chart positioning. The only fucking chart positioning we was checking for was to see what number it came in on 106 and Park or TRL. Bitch, that's the only shit that mattered to us. Now y'all so fucking number obsessed and chart obsessed and selling obsessed. Like, bitch, who gives a fuck? Like, what the hell? And it irks me. Oh my God. When Cowboy Carter, when Renaissance and all that shit came out, bitch, I used to, I'm here for being and playing on Twitter and all the social media and interacting or whatever. But for me, I just got so fucking frustrated at a certain point. Every time I opened up my app, you got the stands going back and forth with another stand from another person or whatever, and talking about numbers and stats and all this shit or whatever. Bitch, can we just enjoy the fucking music? Y'all worry more about fucking stats and numbers and shit than the artist. Not in this case, but I'm talking about them, okay? Because she just is obsessed with it too. And I'm just like, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. Because we are literally in real time seeing someone sabotage themselves and really just take the fuck out of their legacy. You put in all of this work to make all of this headway to become the top bitch, only to act like you a low class bitch, only to act like you ain't nothing. Why are you doing that? I really just want to know what's going on. Because why are you destroying your legacy like this? Never in a million years could you have told me that Nicki Minaj would be going outside like this. And I don't give a fuck again. Stans, girl, I don't care. Because truth had to be taught. Truth had to be said. She was going on a trajectory of up. She's fucking her shit up now by getting on social media doing these crazy rants. And you wonder where people want to accuse or assume that she's on drugs or something. I'm not going to say that because I don't know. It could be a mental thing. I don't know. But whatever the fuck it is, it's not doing her any good. And having fans that's going to sit there and play into it instead of just say, yeah, okay, well, this I'm not going to engage in this because obviously something is going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to let her get it out, but I'm not going to engage in it. I'm not going to encourage it because I don't want my girl going out like that. No, y'all playing dead into it. Y'all playing so into it. And it's like, what the fuck? That's not right. That's oh my God, that's not right. It's sad. It's sad. So when everything started going down, and mind you, after she released the album Date, which was last week. Okay, cool. When this rant and this back and forth between Cardi and her started, I wasn't even on Twitter that whole day. I was actually reading. I was reading. I was, I wasn't on social media for a minute. You know what I'm saying? For practically that whole day. And then I get a notification. I don't know. I just randomly go on. I was on TikTok just looking at some stuff and people was talking about, are they going? I was like, what the fuck you talking about? I go open the app on Twitter and I said, what? And I closed that bitch out. You go see the tweet. I said, opens app, closes app. Good night. Okay. Cause I'm reading the tweets from both sides and I'm just like, this is dumb. At that moment, I was not entertained. And I'm going to be real honest. I have not been entertained with this whole thing. Okay. A lot of y'all may be gagging at it and being, oh shit, bitch. I have not been entertained with the Nicki and Cardi of it all. Okay. Because we've seen this before. And we know the drill. And at the end of the day, you cannot sit here and say that Cardi started this. Nicki started this. Nicki started it. The album sales come out. Oh, she sold 200,000 albums. Okay, copies. Okay, cool. And then y'all comparing this and that. Like, what the fuck? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? You can't let a girl have her moment. Y'all so goddamn chart obsessed. And I don't understand, like, what? You really think that this girl is your competition for why? She's not even your peer. Y'all are not the same peers. Y'all are in two different groups. I don't understand. She is the... And then it's like you going at somebody that you know is going to come back at you. Like these other girls, they ain't going to say nothing. Cardi's going to come back at you all the time. all of the time. And then you just, you go and calling her Barney B and all this shit. Okay, fine. Talking about her husband, talking about her boyfriend is gay and all this shit. She going and having a baby by DL man, and you get that and all that stuff. Okay, fine. So she started talking about your shit, talking about your husband and your brother and all of that shit. I was just like, that's how I was looking. I really was. I'm sorry. I was looking like, okay. And then it stopped for a second, and then it ramped right back up. It ramped right back up. And this is where I became totally disgusted with both of them, actually, but more so Nicki because she started it. I'm going to tell you why. I don't listen. I understand the whole thing of if we going at it, it's fuck whoever, okay? Fuck your mama, fuck your kids, all that shit. I get that knowledge. I get that notion or whatever. But am I going to go in on the kid? No. I may say fuck your kid. But am I going to go in and start talking shit about a child, an innocent child? No. Okay? Nicki starts to attack her children, Cardi's, specifically Culture, calling her culture vulture, calling her ugly, calling her a rat. Well, no, she called her a roach, called her a monkey, called the rest of the kids roaches and monkeys, and said that she's giving birth to another monkey and stuff like that. And Cardi came back talking about how, Nicki's kid allegedly is nonverbal, developmentally, mentally delayed, or something like that. Both disgusting. But if you're talking about mine, then yours is fair game too. And truth be told, Cardi actually went a little bit light because Nicki took it to fucking hell when she started talking about them kids. And that is where you fucking lost me. Because, again, the kids are innocent. And so you can't keep it on Cardi. So you go to talking about the kids. And then you get it, y'all can't get in your feelings when she say something about her son because you talked about her kid. And then it goes from that to earlier today, she was talking about dear Culture, this and woo woo woo, and then gonna say, so I'm gonna kick them gums into formation. Bitch, what? A child? Please tell me she was not talking about a child. And then at least I thought she wasn't at first until I saw that she retweeted somebody's tweet who had a chain that said, I don't know if it said Culture, but it was some gums and it was some blinged out teeth. But the gums were more pronounced. And I was like, oh, and then it was like, Kid Culture, here your chain or something like that. And I said, oh my God, so you really were talking about kicking in a child's gums. A child. A child who ain't even 10 years old yet. A child. Mind you, she was doing all this shit the night before, and it was her son's birthday. You can't even focus on your son's birthday and give him that full day of nothing but your love and all of that. You're on Twitter going back and forth and attacking another woman's child. Now, before you say, oh, well, Cardi did the same thing. She has. To strangers or whatever. And the roach comment and all of that stuff, whatever. Don't give me that, oh, she called a black woman a roach and all this shit. Y'all going up for a non-black person. Let me tell you who you going up for. If you want to go by that, Nicki is also a non-black American. Nicki is Trinidadian. Okay? And if you want to go by the diaspora wars and all that shit, baby, they don't consider them black either. Okay? You can say that they black or whatever they want to say. And I'm talking about how the people want to define stuff. Because if you want to say, oh, well, she not black or this person not black. Well, bitch, we all look the same. No, they from this. Okay, well, they're still black. So if we want to go by that, she's not black either. She's Trinidad. Okay? And then you want to talk about, either way, you're both being anti-black. In that sense. Talking about people, talking about kids, calling them roaches, calling them monkeys, all of that shit. We got to call the fucking shit out. It's fucked up. Everybody getting passes here and there. No one getting no more passes. No more fucking passes, bitch. Okay? Disgusting on both ends. Fucking disgusting on both ends. No fucking excuse. Okay? I'm not fucking here for it. I'm just totally disgusted because why are the kids involved? You couldn't keep it on Cardi, so you bring up the kids, okay? And then you got people like Tasha K talking about so she finna dig into the case and with Nicki brother, and they basically trying to say that it was extortion. And then they say that they found his semen in that girl's underwear. Right. There's nothing funny about this. Everything is disgusting on both ends that it had to get to this. Because it's really weird that you will let somebody get you out and off your square like this so bad and act like it's not, but you'll still be ranting and raving and spiraling out instead of in a booth. Put a song out. You're a rapper, right? Put a song out. Then the only part that was funny about this whole thing, I'm not even, it just got real fucking nasty, disgusting. Okay, it made the shit between Kendrick and Drake. See, that shit was fun. That shit was tame compared to this shit. You're talking about kids and kicking their gums in, harming a child. Okay, like, and don't say like Cardi mentioned her son first. Yeah, she mentioned her, but she wasn't talking about the son. Not like that. She was not talking about him. She was talking about her. But it was Nicki that started talking about the kids in a negative way, meaning you ugly and all this stuff and woo woo woo. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? And you are doing this publicly, and you want to say that there's a hate train and all of this stuff, but yeah, you get your ass on Twitter and social media and you put all this out there in the public, and everybody is watching. Everybody is watching. Everybody. Because you are Nicki Minaj. And that is how you fuck your own shit up. Nobody has to hate on you. And probably it was the hate train. I ain't even gonna hold you on that. But you can't say that in this sense because you're doing it yourself. You're giving people ammunition to look at you and be like, oh, you're not a good person. You're not a good person. Okay? You're not. And I just don't understand, y'all. I don't understand. Because it didn't have to be like this. Like, bitch, you're fucking Nicki Minaj. Cardi never came up into this thing saying that she was trying to take somebody's spot. Nobody been trying to take your spot like that. Okay? And I don't know what's going on. I don't know and understand the mentality. I don't know if it's the man she's with. I don't know if it's the people around her. I don't know. And I'm quite sad for her, actually. To see somebody who got the capabilities that she got and to be faltering the way that she's doing. And this is nothing but pure self-sabotaging. You want respect, but you cry that you don't need it, but you do want it. That's why you keep talking about certain things, and then you throw Jay-Z up in there. She want to say something about Beyonce too. She want to say something about Beyonce too, but she ain't gonna say it yet. She ain't gonna say it yet because she know once she say Beyonce name in that negative way, it's over and it's done with. It's over and it's done with. You ranting and raving again about Jay-Z in the midst of going at Cardi, and he out here just living life. What's wrong with that picture? And again, if this man did something to you and you felt you was wrong, sue that nigga. You threatening to sue Cardi because she said some shit about your the shit that she was saying about you. But you won't go ahead and sue him? And you supposed to be owed millions? What? The fuck? Then you have JT. JT, bitch, let me tell you something. This was the funniest part about the whole thing, and I'm going to tell you why. JT and Akbar tried to hop their asses up into this shit. JT, you cannot get on Twitter or any type of social media app and try to come for Cardi B and come for her stats, come for her being a stripper because, bitch, we don't give a fuck. She told us that. And who gives a shit? So we stripper shaming? Your whole aesthetic is stripperish. Okay, so now you're shaming the aesthetic that you are? Like, girl, what? You calling her a fraud, bitch? You put that shit up there saying Friday B, and they clocked your ass and said, mind you the one that went to jail for fraud. You the one that got multiple mugshots for fucking fraud. How the fuck you gonna call her fraud and you the main fraud? You're the main fraud, okay? Like, that's documented. You went to jail for that shit. And what made the JT and Cardi situation just so even more fucked up is because, again, Cardi helped keep the City Girls alive when JT went to jail. Cardi, she was Team City Girls, Team JT, Carisha, and all that shit. Gave them two of their biggest hits. And now you turn on her or whatever fucking reason, like, it's just really crazy. And now you don't even fuck with Carisha either. Oh my God, it's just so fucking crazy. Like, and you don't want people to call you certain things, but you playing right into it, baby girl. And it's like, I see one tweet, she was like, and she ain't hitting them numbers or whatever, you know, she ain't beating Ruby the sleeves or whatever the fuck it is. Okay, I guess was that Nicki or whatever. You did that shit trying to boost up Nicki, and Nicki ain't paying no goddamn attention to you. You doing all of this to get Nicki attention, and she don't give a fuck. Mind you, Cardi paid you dust this time too. Okay? The only person that actually gave you time of day is Santana. Bitch, that shit just happened. Oh my God. It's just really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous what the fuck is going on. And Akbar, I'm going to need you to shut your ass up. Okay? You over there, oh, my bitch is eating. No, they're not. They're not. They're getting ate up. And anybody that think this behavior is actually winning and improving something, you have an issue too. You have an issue too. Okay? Because if you think that this is actually making Nicki or JT look good, something is wrong with you. It's not making Cardi look good either. Because truth be told, I'm going to be real. I do like Cardi. I support and all of that. Y'all already know that. But at the end of the day, I would have, and I know it's just so much that a bitch can take. I know that. But if we gonna do growth, I would ignore the fuck out of her. Because that probably would have made her even more mad that she's not getting a fucking response. And it just would have made her look even more off, you know, something going on with her. Because I wouldn't have given her the time of day. I wouldn't have given her the time of day. She's getting off on the fact that you responded to it. Okay? Like, I know everybody can't be Beyonce now, and I don't know how the fuck they do it, because, bitch, there's some times that I was like, somebody gotta say something, bitch. Where the fuck Solange at? Solange, bring your ass here, bitch, okay? And then when it came to Cardi and Nicki Minaj, Cardi was like, I'm finna go to jail. Give me your address. You say you in New York right about now, bitch, give me your address. I've been waiting for your address, and you have not given me your address. And I'm sitting here like, truth be told, they just need to fight or they need to fuck, okay? Maybe both. Fight and then fuck it out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of tension. It's a lot of tension. You know what I'm saying? And they probably kill each other when they do that shit. But, But no, like what's going on? Like, what's really happening? You are 40 plus years old, going after somebody that's 32 and just minding her business at the time. I could see if Cardi started and Cardi went at her on the album, and she did it. She went at Bia, Offset, and JT. That's it. Why are you so pissed off? I'm so confused. Okay. And then JT, girl, you just want to be in it. Nobody is giving you the time of day because in my honest opinion, you have no real reason to be upset at Cardi. You just wanted to get, I feel like she started being mad at Cardi just so that she can get on Nicki's good side. And then look what happened. Nicki don't even fuck with you. Carisha not fucking with you. Santana never fuck with you. And then Santana been going off. I'm so sorry, y'all. Because JT finally addressed Santana, because Santana been on TikTok, going off to Magnet, rapping the verses and all that stuff, whatever. Okay, cool. So she finally said some shit to him, and you was just talking about how you protecting the gays and justice for the gays or whatever when you wanted to do that thing about Stefan Diggs' alleged victim and all that shit. And so you being very homophobic to Santana now. What happened to protect the gays? See, and that's what I'm talking about. It was all fucking fake, and I hate when people do shit like that, right? That's what I talked about when that first came up, right? Y'all remember, go back and look. But at the same time, bitch, Santana got up on space. In the clip that I heard, like, he was going in on her, okay? He was going in. It was like two Florida bitches. They was just going in, right? So he was like, and Uzi don't want you. He ain't never smiled when he around you. And you were like, grr. And then he was like, grr. And then he was like, grr. Bitch, when he was on there, grr. I said, not you on that bitch growling like that. That shit had me hollering. I did not crack a smile or a laugh at none of this shit that was going on. But at that fucking moment, bitch, I fucking died a little bit. Because why would he growl like that multiple times? And they was going up in different octaves. You have got to find a clip of him on Twitter Space. Oh my God, that shit was so fucking funny. And it was Carisha up in the Twitter Space just looking and listening, not saying nothing, bitch. I said, oh. And in that Twitter Space, he said, JT, you don't like Carisha. You hate Carisha. You hate Nicki. You hate Cardi. And you hate Doechii. I said, now hold the fuck up. Doechii ain't been... Everybody hate Doechii for what? Doechii ain't done shit to nobody. I said, now how the fuck she get in this? What you gotta hate her for? Like, what the fuck? Doechii, like, I'm just... Please don't say nothing. Please don't say nothing, okay? I just want this to stop. It's too much. It's ridiculous at this point. And Akbar V, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up again. Because at the end of the day, you're irrelevant. And you're trying to make yourself relevant. You're trying to insert yourself and you keep getting fucking ignored. Okay? You're worrying about two people beef that don't give a fuck about you? Meanwhile, you were just on Twitter. No, you was just on social media posting about how your man was knocking you against the dryer. Head going like this, just beating your ass and all that shit. And you calling him out, which is fucked up that you getting your ass whooped over there. Get out of that situation. And I thought you put that out there as a cry for help or to say that, oh, you're about to leave this nigga. And then going to put it on the post and say, I'm still going to be submissive to my man. I'm still going to be here with my man regardless of what we go through. So what was the fucking point of putting that out there? What was the point of telling us that he was up there being abusive and all that shit to you? And you just had a baby. And then you want to get online and get into and try to get into the beef Bitch, don't nobody give a fuck about you. Worry about your household and get that shit together. Get yourself about that goddamn situation that you in before you end up something happening to you. Baby, that's what you should be worried about. Okay? Like, people are worried about the wrong things, bitch. People are worried about the wrong thing. And don't Doja Cat said, is there some way to put a boob in somebody's ass? Like, what the fuck was that about? That bitch be so fucking random. Yo, and mind you, in the midst of this, we got Mariah Carey album came out and Doja Cat album came out. Now, I ain't even gonna hold you. I listened to Mariah Carey Here For It All first when it came out. And I was like, I love Mariah Carey down. Love her down, okay? Like, Visions of Love, bitch. I got every fucking album of hers on fucking vinyl. Girl, I love you, you know, and that's a lie. Cause that's ooh, bitch, vinyls ain't cheap. Okay, especially the vinyls are not cheap. You know, as soon as I started my collection, she was one of the main ones the first ones I had to get. All of their fucking catalog if I can get them. Okay? Like, bitch, know the songs front and backwards, okay? Girl, MTV Unplugged Mariah Carey. Okay? Listen, bitch, y'all just don't know. Emotions is my favorite fucking songs for me. My Mariah Carey. Glitter is actually a good movie. Fuck you mean, bitch. Okay? Fuck you mean. And that soundtrack was good as shit too. Okay? Fuck you mean. That's how deep I'm into it. But this album, it's not my cup of tea. It wasn't my cup of tea when I first listened to it. I was like, girl, what? All right. It wasn't bad, but it didn't move me. But I listened to it again earlier today, and I was like, it's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. Kind of changed my mind just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Is it one of my favorites? Absolutely not. Do I get the Ranting and Raving? No, but it's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. I still give it a couple of spins. It's been in my rotation. You know what I'm saying? Doja Cat album, she just came out with one, and it's cute. I liked it because it's very much 80s and all that shit. Because let me tell you something, I'm glad she put it out now, because I swear to God, if she would have put this shit out in the 80s, so many people would have been walking around with coke on their nose. I'm dead ass. Bitch. Because I'm telling you, if you don't put that shit on and it don't transform you back to the 80s in a club, in a bathroom, doing multiple bumps and lines, and coming back out like, shit, bitch, hitting. Yes, that's what it's giving to me. Okay, I actually like the album, frontwards and backwards, you know what I'm saying? It's giving very much Pulp Fiction. Okay, y'all remember when Uma Thurman was up in there? I was like, God damn, bitch. All right, y'all have to look at Black Monday with Don Cheadle and Regina Hall. Okay, it came out years ago, and I'm so mad that they had canceled it. But bitch, when I tell you they used to do coke so much on that goddamn, they did cocaine so much on that shit. It was so fucking crazy. I said, God damn, the shit was funny as fuck too. If you need a funny comedy to watch that. It's called Black Monday. Shit was hilarious. But they was high all the goddamn time. That's what it felt like. As soon as I heard the music, it transported me back to Black Monday, that damn TV show. But yeah, I like the album. And Ice Spice. Okay, now let me tell you something. Also, Cardi, girl, yeah. That recording coming out. I don't know who leaked it. I'm pretty sure it was somebody over there on Ice Spice team. You know, her manager want to come out and say he didn't do it, whatever. But I'm pretty sure it was one of he knew about it, and he knew it was coming out, and he probably gave authorization. I'm not sure, but I'm just saying somebody over there on Ice Spice team did it. But of Cardi basically saying she wanted to beat that girl ass. And then Lotto got caught astray. Now, see, Cardi came online and she said, you know what? I was just ranting and raving and all that shit. I was caught up in emotions and all that. And Lotto caught astray. I love me, Lotto. I respect Lotto. Because Lotto on the remix to is it Everything? Airtime? Mm-hmm. You know, and... You know, she caught a little stray and she said, my bad, shawty. You know, I'm not big enough. I'm not too big to apologize publicly. And I'm going to apologize. I already apologized privately. And so now I guess I got to bag you a bag. Okay? Like, okay, I guess. You know, we ain't seen Lotto say nothing. Lotto and 21 Savage. All these years we've been saying them bitches been together, and she practically confirmed, my man, my man, my man. Oh, okay. No one's surprised. But yeah, Cardi, you gotta calm the fuck down too, cause the way that you was talking and screaming on that goddamn phone, you was sounding like the bitch that was going after your ass. Okay, y'all was sounding like y'all was one in the fucking same at that moment. I said, bitch, what the fuck is going on? Mind you, why y'all wait till now? Y'all waited till now when all this drama between her. And see, this is how I know the shit is just, it's so calculated. Because you could have put that fucking recording out a while ago. And you waited till now. Y'all doing whatever y'all can to try to knock this girl off her stump. But let me tell you what it is. Cardi has always been loud, rambunctious, a little ignorant. But her personality has been very likable from the jump. From when she started on social media to now. She has not changed. She has not changed. She has not changed to fit any type of mode. Okay? She has not cleared up her speech. She has not toned her voice down or nothing like that. She has not done any of those things. And the people are still gravitating towards her. The big people are still gravitating towards her. Because her personality is fun. Inviting. Okay? She's a girl's girl. That's what it is. And so I feel like people try to knock that down. And you putting out all this stuff and you trying to do these big stuff, it's not going to take that away from her. It's just going to make you look crazy. And it's going to take away from you. Because you're the one that's spiraling out. I'm just saying, that's just really what's happening. That's really what's happening. She's the people's choice at this point. Well, some people's choice. Especially in the fashion world and in the big corporation world. She's their choice. So, I don't know. Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner finally suing Ray J for defamation of character, girl. They got a lawsuit against him saying that his recent public statements have caused him so much harm. And, he had this decade-long thing against him. I don't even know how I feel about this because at the end of the day, Ray J probably wouldn't be doing some of the stuff he was doing and he's doing, especially when it comes to them, had he got the same amount of fame from that, if he blew up the same way that she blew up. Because to this moment, I don't understand how is it that she got so big off of a fucking sex tape. And how we act like Ray J was a nobody. Truth be told, I didn't know who the fuck a Kim Kardashian was if it wasn't for Ray J. And I ain't even trying to take up for Ray J, but I just never understood how that was. Like, I feel like they both should have equally got some shit. And I do feel like they was the ones that leaked that shit. Okay? And so, he been spiraling ever since because he seemed like that shit ain't fair. And I truly understand it, but these motherfuckers got so goddamn big, you got to be careful how you do things. And they can literally just sue you like they're doing. And then 9 out of 10 is going to win. Alex Shapiro, ain't that Megan and them lawyer and Jay-Z lawyer? God damn, bitch. Is this the same one? That motherfucker ain't lost the case yet. So here's shit. Ray J. He said he just been, oh my God, this why Brady don't talk to him. I've been seeing clips and shit of him on these streams and stuff like that, and he just, it's ridiculous and it's embarrassing at this point. He's another motherfucker that needs to get off of social media and to get help. Like, he has so much potential. You had a whole company that you was a part of, Raycon, and then the Scooty Bikes. Don't forget the Scooty Bikes. That was the thing too. You up here put your mind to that and stop up here trying to do this other little dumb shit that you doing. And it's just, I'd be so embarrassed. Ugh. So Young Thug was on the stream and he said that he ain't with Mariah the Scientist no more. Or at least he said, I got broken up with. I still got a girl, but she don't think she got a boyfriend. So what I took that to mean is she broke up with me. I'm going to let her feel like she broke up with me, but at the end of the day, she's still my girl. I don't like shit like that. Okay? I listen. Did y'all listen to his album? I heard it wasn't good. I ain't even gonna hold you. I've never listened to a Young Thug album. Don't know a Young Thug song. If I was to hear it, I probably still wouldn't know. Okay, it's one of those situations. But hey, I mean, what you want me to do? Simon Gabadia, baby, I'm gonna need you to leave Portia alone. He is so hell bent on getting revenge on Portia because, you fucked around and you fell for the okie doke. Bitch, we could have told you. We could have told you if you would have listened to the public and what the peoples was telling you. We could have told you this was gonna happen, right? So now you got to pay for it, and now you're in your feelings about it, and you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. Because ain't nobody tell you to go after that girl and to get married to her so quick like that. Like, what? Now she done took all your shit. Now you want to say, oh, I'm trying to get her so that her residency permit in Nigeria is revoked or whatever. You trying to do all this shit so that she can't come to Nigeria. You ain't the fuck. No, let it go. And then she gonna post something. But I'm American, dummy. Meaning that you literally was thinking into this country. You want to be here, okay? And you're at a place that you can't be, which is America. That's what it is, okay? She ain't trying to be over there in Nigeria and to stay permanently or whatever. You can't tell somebody that. Bitch, shut up, Simon. I'm tired of it. And tell Peter to be quiet too. Y'all, Peter is in jail. And Peter is about to start a podcast. At this point, I'm all podcast out. Okay? I can't do it no more. I can't do that. I can't add a new one. The only way I'm going to add a new podcast, I recently added a new podcast, and that's because I've been following these people. It's called Unhinged Anymore with Jamila and Mecca. I've been following them on TikTok for a while. They're funny, and their podcast is equally funny. So I just knew that was a given, right? But wherever I don't need another. I just can't. And I'm gonna need Dateline in 2020. Y'all need to go ahead and update y'all podcast and give us some new episodes. And I'm tired of y'all doing the revisiting in the votes and stuff like that. Vault. I heard this shit before. Give me something new, okay? I'm a crime girl podcast, okay? I don't even listen to entertainment podcasts like that anymore. Outside of the ones that I've already been listening to, I don't want to listen to nothing else, okay? And I damn sure don't want to subscribe to listen to no goddamn Peter Thomas talking about anything, all right? And please don't get up there talking about no goddamn money, okay? Don't get up there talking about Portia like he want Portia so bad, because that's all he do. He be talking about Portia so oh my God, it's so funny. Bitch, let me tell you something. What the fuck is going on with Birdman? This is so random because I was in an Uber coming home today, and I got on the neighborhood talk, and it said Birdman nods off in mid-sentence. I said, wait a minute, what? Mind you, I think they did, Cash Money did a reunion, right? Minus Lil Wayne, I think. Or was Lil Wayne there? Was it at the Essence Fest or something like that? Or some show that they had? And what's his name? Birdman literally just froze and he fell asleep on the stage. Like, he was standing up and he fell asleep. He dozed off. I was like, what the fuck? So I said, let me see what this is talking about. Bitch, he was talking to somebody. They sitting there, right? And he talking to a group of people. I don't know if it was just a group of people that he was talking to, or if he just talking to the person that was next to him, right? And so he just going like, this, because you don't hear what he's saying because they got the music playing, like different music over there. You don't hear what he's saying, but you just know that he's talking because his mouth is moving. He's, doing emotions and all that stuff. And then he was like, and then dude tapped him like this, and he was like, it was the way he went right back to talking after he went to sleep. He literally dozed off. Is he narcoleptic? What's going on? Is everything okay? Tony, what's going on with your man? Y'all know they still married. They are married. Like, imagine him trying to do something and he just go to sleep. He go to sleep mid-stroke and you trying to figure out, did he have a stroke? Like, what is going on? I hope he alright. I hope he alright. Like, child, that's crazy. That is crazy. Y'all, speaking of, the Braxtons come on, I think, next week. I gotta decide if I'm gonna review it. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I seen the clip, the one clip, and the whole thing with Nate at the dinner table when Tony was about to beat Tony my ass or attempting to or look like, and I seen somebody say, "Oh, take my no." Tony will probably lose that battle. No, Tamar can't fight. I'm gonna just put that out there. Tamar can't fight, but and she'll probably let Tony do it because she the oldest and, she feels some type of way. But let me tell you this. I'm not giving my opinion about that whole situation just yet because I need to see how this plays out. Because if you watch when the news broke about their niece coming out about what happened to her with one of their husband, Gabe, okay, at the time, and how she was 16 years old, 15 years old, and probably younger, I don't know. But he was sending these, sexually explicit text messages to her. Told the aunt. Aunt was like, okay, cool. She thinking everything is good. And then the aunt basically kind of flipped it on her and made it seem like, oh, you was doing more than all that shit or whatever. And I totally was against that. I was totally not here for it because, again, how is it that you're trying to make it seem like your 16-year-old or 15, 16-year-old niece is the one that was in the wrong here? Your goddamn ex-husband was the one that was in the wrong, and then you were still with that person, then you got remarried to that person, and then that person and you got divorced and you were still friends with that person, but you were not talking to your niece. And she took herself out of the equation too. When she got older, she said she hasn't seen she's not connected to her family like that on her own doing, not from them, but from her own doing. She don't even live here in the United States. She's out in Europe somewhere, you know what I'm saying, with her boyfriend or fiance, I believe. And so, y'all already know how I feel about that. I was disgusted by that. I didn't like the way that they, nobody, granted, it's not their business, but it's not their business to speak on. But when this stuff comes out, I don't like how people handle it. Like, no, that's your niece, okay? And you gonna you over him? Get the fuck? That's crazy. And the fact that y'all knew about it, the other sisters, that didn't sit well with me either. But the part that I do know for a fact, Tamar tried to say that them they sent the cease and desist. And when they were saying that they didn't know nothing about it, they truly didn't know nothing about it. I can guarantee you that because Ashley Braxton has came out herself and said that her father put a cease and desist on her and said you can't mention him, don't talk about him, don't say shit about this. So that shit was sent by Michael Braxton Jr. Okay, not the sisters. The brother sent that shit. And maybe Tamar didn't know at the time, but yeah, Ashley put that out there to him and said, yeah, he sent that shit. Because I know it was a recent video where she was talking about it, and she couldn't even say his name. She had to bleep his name out. I said, that's some fucked up shit. And I feel like when you do some stuff like that, whatever Ashley said happened in her childhood and in that whole situation, it's the truth. And you just confirmed that shit. Putting a cease and desist. She can't tell her story because you out here being foul as fuck to your own child. That's fucked up. But yeah, I gotta decide because after looking at the way the first season went, oh my god, it was so goddamn dark. They was exploiting the fuck out of Tracy's passing and her son, if you ask me, and seemed like they finna do the same thing with Ashley. Like, what are y'all real storyline? Because you didn't have no storyline of your own individually the first season when you came back. It was all about Lil Kevin. Now it's about another family member. It's about Ashley, even though her story is very much important to be told. But at the same time, it's like, it's weird. But anyway, the official, what? My mom and my sister be sending me shit, and I don't even. Girl be like, what the fuck? Anyway, moving on from that, what else I got? Britney Renner, get a job. Get a fucking job. And usually I wouldn't really say this like that, you know, especially when the nigga got money and, you know, he sports and all that shit or whatever. And, you know, you got some niggas out here that really be trying to be cheap and all that shit. But no, I just feel like you really trying to milk the system. So the man, PJ Washington, the father of her child, right? Her son. He got told that he had to pay $5,500 in child support. And I think he had to pay like $130,000 in like back expenses and legal fees or whatever. Give it to her. Okay, cool. Now you want to take him to court and you want to say that you need more money from him because the $5,500 per month in child support, not mother support, but child support, is not enough because you just moved to LA and it's way expensive in LA and you're struggling. So now you want it to be $35,000 a month. Bitch, are you fucking kidding me? How the fuck you go from $5,000 to $35,000? Bitch, you couldn't even just say $10,000. You couldn't say, let me go to $10,000. You jump from $5 to fucking $35. Bitch, if you don't get your ass up and go get a fucking job, ain't nobody tell you to take your ass to fucking LA. And even if you do go to LA, ain't nobody tell you to go to the part where you can't fucking afford. You can afford what the fuck are you doing with the $5,000? I know you out here making a little bit of change. What the fuck? Girl, get the hell up out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Now, see, this is where you got to be careful when you fuck around with the bitches. Like, we be telling y'all get these contracts and all this shit, and y'all go fuck with the same bitches all the damn times that you know ain't shit and been industry hoes, industry passed around. And I don't even like talking about women like that, but that's what Britney Renner was, okay? And it's just like Selena Powell. Why do they still fuck with this girl? Why do they still mess with her? She's gonna fuck you, get you a little change out of you, and then she's gonna put you on blast. Like, I would be scared to put any more body parts by her. She just don't look, and I hate to say this again, she just don't look clean. Like, bitch, what? She's so ran through, and she I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, I'm all here for doing what you gotta do, but the way that she go about shit, oh my God, and y'all niggas just, every nigga in the industry falls for her all the time. And she put Lil Meech on blast about how him and his daddy staying at Floyd Mayweather house free, or whatever, one of his condos for free. Lil Meech ain't got no money. He stank and all this other shit, and he got a drug problem. And I can't even feel bad for the niggas that be going with these people doing this shit. It's like, we tell you all the time. Stop it. Don't fuck with the bitch. You see right in your face what she be doing. It's like when every bitch, every nigga that was fucking around with Cat Stacks. And she'll put that shit on blast too. Bitch, Cat Stacks, I hope she's doing well. You know, I really do. Okay? Moving on from that, Chris Gotty, I'm gonna need y'all to let it the fuck go. I don't know what type of hold you think you have or what you think you're entitled to with Ashanti. I'm here to tell you that you don't. Getting on was it the Breakfast Club or one of these podcasts or some shit? Yeah, it was the Breakfast Club. And they asked him a question or something about, I guess, Ashanti. And he was basically like, I was disappointed. This is what he said. I was upset because we haven't spoken in person after Er's passing. She texted me, that don't feel right. Her mother, Tina, that don't feel right. I did everything for them. Never did I get one thing in return. I promise you, I'm the reason she was Murder Inc. on Murder Inc. Irv made the records, but Irv would have never gotten to the point if I didn't do what I did. It's a fucking business, bitch. The contract is over. The contact is over. You don't owe her, and you don't own her. She's not asking you for shit. So therefore, why the fuck are you asking and thinking that you are obligated and she got to go above and beyond to come and see you in person to tell you, oh, I'm sorry for your loss of your brother. I don't give a fuck if she started out on Murder Inc. and you did this and did that. You saw how fucking tumultuous that relationship was between her and her. And especially before he was passed, he was going on all these fucking shows just basically degrading her. And you think that she's okay with that? And she want to be around that? It got to a point where she had to re-record one of her albums because he wouldn't give her the masters? And she didn't want him to get no money off of it? Like, what the fuck? And people want to say, oh, he made her, and if it wasn't for him and all that stuff, that's fine. But again, the contract is over. Contact is over. She's not out here talking all about them. They keep talking about her. Even to the moment he died, they was talking about her. And you're going to say that you're disappointed that she didn't come and speak to you when your brother died? Who gives a fuck, bitch? She is over there with her family and her husband. She ain't got to say shit to you. You better be glad she posted what she posted when your brother died, because a bitch like me wouldn't have said shit. Like, get the fuck. It's weird. You're obsessed with her. Him and both of them are obsessed with her. Like you supposed to be owed something. I ain't getting nothing in return. What are you looking for in return? Because that sounds like some underlaying type of shit. You signed her. He did the records. She sang the records. She got y'all money for the label. She did her job. That's what you got in return. Now, y'all fucked up the label, and that's why the label ain't there no more. What the fuck else is she supposed to do? She moved on. Like, get the fuck. Men are so... Anyway, positive news. Since we've been on a bunch of bullshit. Y'all remember Michael, the librarian, who just came up on social media, just was so extra happy about, being a librarian and all that stuff, and he blew up, and then it was a little bit of controversy because somebody tried to say something negative. It's always that one person that want to say something negative about somebody that's too positive. Okay, oh, you're too goddamn positive and all this shit, and they chewed her ass up, and he, because of that, basically got off of social media and stopped doing what he was doing. Come to find out, he is now the new host, face of Reading Rainbow. Stand up, book, and take a look. Reading Rainbow. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm so happy about that, especially given that I work in the library. I am so happy about that, and to see that he is flourishing and he is just being himself. Okay, you don't have to change for nobody. This is one of those cases. You don't have to change for nobody. It's gonna work out if you let it. Let me tell you this though. I will never forget that day that they was talking about Reading Rainbow a couple of years ago or so on Twitter. And the people chewed my ass up because I said I ain't never seen Reading Rainbow. I ain't never seen Reading Rainbow. I ain't never seen Gullah Gullah Island. I ain't never seen none of that shit. No shade. And it probably was some good shows. I ain't never seen it. And they was like, well, how old are you? And I told them, it was like, no, bitch, this shit was going on when you was this. It may have been going on when I was this years old or whatever. But baby, I never seen it. I never seen it. And the only reason why I know that song now is because it be played all the time. I be seeing it on Twitter and social media and everything. So yeah, everybody knows the theme song now. But I've never sat down and watched a fucking episode of Reading Rainbow. I'm dead ass. They chewed my ass. So I was like, oh my God, wait a minute, bitch. You getting mad at me because I didn't never... What, you think I'm lying? I'm serious. I be so lost when y'all be talking about Gullah Gullah Island because I've never seen an episode. I mean, I know about the show now, but I've never seen an episode. When y'all was watching it, I've never seen an episode. I never saw an episode of Reading Rainbow. And mind you, the first time that I ever really in my adult mind thought and knew something about reading rainbow when I was working at my other location. I was at the McKinley Park branch location a few years ago. Okay. Um and they had the movies on display and everything. And they had the whole series of all of them reading rainbows. I was like, oh, this is reading rainbow? Bitch, they tore my ass up. Y'all, in the midst of this, let me explain something, okay? Because if you go on social media, well, if you go on Twitter, and you see when Cardi and Nicki was going back and forth last night, in the midst of that, because I was like, this is boring, and I had put the yawning emotion, because I was just like, over it, you know what I'm saying? And then, all of a sudden, I just, because earlier, I'm finna get to it, I had tweeted, and Jennifer Lopez, baby girl, you cannot sing, and that's okay. I looked at that tweet an hour later because I was trying to understand why was I getting all these notifications. I looked at that tweet. It was an hour later and it had over 1,000 likes. I said, what the fuck is going on? And I'm reading the comments. Now it was like over 17. Let me see how many. Bitch. Because I was really confused as to why. Is that the nigga from... What? Oh no, that's not him. I was so confused. Why? Why did it get so much? It's 24K now. Why did they like it? And I'm reading the comments and they was like, damn. So everybody just letting half right about that. Everybody going in on everybody. Jennifer Lopez catching a stray. No. It wasn't random or anything, and it had nothing to do with her, nothing to do with nothing. Jennifer Lopez did an interview with CBS Good Morning, right? And she was on there talking because she's in this new, I don't know if it's a musical or some shit like that, Kiss of the Spider Lady or Spider Woman or some shit like that. And she was up there talking about how, I feel like my voice is so much more better for theater. Like, I never thought that it was good or to regular pop singing and all that shit, but for theater, because that's what I said, bitch, Broadway, stop the fucking lying. You can't sing, mama, okay? You had a couple of hits and little cuts that I actually do like. No shade, because you had a good production behind you, but mama, you cannot sing, okay? That's where it was coming from. That happened earlier today, and I had just remembered to put that up there because I had seen the clip again, and I was like, you know what, bitch, fuck it. You cannot sing. So that's where that was coming from. It wasn't no shade, no tea. Bitch, what the fuck? And speaking of singing and shit, this is why listen, y'all wanted this AI shit, and look what's happening. AI finna come and take the jobs in all fucking industry, okay? You have AI singers getting signed multi-million-dollar contracts for fucking what? That AI singer girl that sound like a mixture of Keisha Cole, Jasmine Sullivan, and Kate Michelle all put in one bitch. What the fuck? She got a multi-million-dollar signing contract. Now it's this whole thing about this AI actress girl that got signed to some type of acting agency and all this shit. Why y'all doing this? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You putting all this money behind somebody that you can manipulate, not even somebody, a program that you can manipulate, but won't put that effort behind actual talent. You got actual starving talent that's out here willing to do any and everything. And here you won't do that. But you will do it behind a program. The fuck? Girl, we are in the last days. Baby, they said that the rapture is supposed to be coming next week. They said what had happened was, literally, this is how it was. What had happened was we was looking at the wrong calendar. Okay, I don't know which calendar that they said. They said, well, Jesus was going by a different calendar, and according to the calendar that Jesus was going by, the rapture, the September 30th, was technically would be October 6th or the 7th. So that's when the rapture's supposed to come. Why are y'all still putting date? cannot. I don't even got time to explain it because, bitch, what? This shit is funny to me. Tyrese, oh my God. He is getting investigated for animal cruelty because his big ass Cane Crusoe dog killed the neighbor's dog, pet or whatever. They found the pet dead in the yard, and they said that his dog was responsible for it. And why would they think that his dog is responsible for it? Because they had called over 20 times for him to fucking get his dogs and get them bitches on a leash. So I hope that they find that motherfucker. Cause what the hell? What is with you these R&B singing males and these dog fucking situations and shit? That's so fucked up. Also, Metro Boomin was found not guilty in his case, his rape case. It was a civil lawsuit, civil sexual assault trial. The girl said that he raped her in 2016 after she consumed a Xanax pill and a shot of alcohol. And she said she was doing a therapy session in Peru and it was using psychedelics. And that's what happened. And that's what made her think about the whole thing 8 years later. I was with her up until she said that part. So you was on LSD and all of a sudden you remembered, all right, but according to the courts, they said not guilty. And also, why hasn't David, that singer David, he still has not been arrested or charged with anything? And there has been so much coming out. They said that girl Celeste, who was 15 years old, well, actually she was 14 years old when she passed. She was 14 years old. He was messing around with her since she was like 11 or 12 years old. His people knew about it. They used to string together on Discord and all that shit. I heard people knew about it, to a certain extent, like friends and stuff. And they said that girl was dead for a long time. She had been dead for weeks. Before they found her. And I think he said something that he tweeted something about he got her pregnant or something like that, which would explain why he probably killed she did. I ain't gonna say that he did it, but at the end of the day, whether he did it or not, he needs to go to jail for fucking around with a child. And I need to know what the hell was going on in her family house that this was going on. And y'all did nothing about it? I know the kids be trying to sneak around and do shit, but at the same time, it just don't seem like y'all was doing anything about it unless I missed it. Tell me if I'm wrong. But that just don't seem right. But, yeah, that's weird. That's disgusting. Also, and I'm going to end this on this. The Shy season 8, when it comes back this season, it's the end. And see, I can respect that because you need to know when to end shit. Okay? But anyway, you guys, just like I'm about to end this. Let me see how long this is because I did stop this a couple of times. Hold on. Almost an hour and 45 minutes. Anyway, I will see y'all later. Thank y'all for tuning in. And please be respectful. If you made it this far, I hope you will be able to be respectful to the people in the comments. Like, it ain't that serious. We don't know these people. We can give our opinions. And you don't have to go so goddamn hard for somebody that wouldn't piss on you, okay? Well, I hope they wouldn't piss on you. Wouldn't spit on you if you was on fire. Okay? Like, please. All right? Y'all enjoy yourselves. I'll see y'all later. Peace.